basic proportionality theorem. So please understand. So you can find E, D and B, right? So let me write in the same way. Let me write here. This is for your understanding. I think you can observe E to D and from D to B, right? So let me write this is E and this is D and this is B, right? And here this is an obtuse angle. Please understand, this is an obtuse angle. So now if I join this, so this is what the construction we did. If I join this construction, so here if I join this construction always in the dotted line, if I join this DE looking at from this side, DB, so DB is equal to base here. The proof is very easy part, please provide attention here. So DB is the base, followed it. So now which is the height here? So height from the top vertex, right? So this is an obtuse angle, so this perpendicular shall be like this. Followed it, this perpendicular. And now if I join this, this is the perpendicular height. And E to L, followed children. So EL, so let me write EL, which is equal to height. So then what is the area of this triangle now? So let me write area of triangle, which is it? EDB, right? So area of triangle EDB, which is equal to half into, what is the base here? DB. So half into base DB multiplied with height, which is equal to EL. Let me call this as equation number 2. Followed it. So here we have done this construction, right? We have joined this. So this is one perpendicular. I have told you this point is L, right? So now again. So here you are having from here, this is a D, this is E here, this is E. You have A here. So let me write this is A, this is A. And perpendicular EL. So let me write this is E and L. Followed it. So for this triangle, looking from this side, which is the base here, base is equal to AD. So base AD, and which is the height? EL. So height is equal to EL. Followed children. So what is the area of this triangle now? So area of triangle ADE, area of triangle ADE will be equal to half into, what is the base here? Base is AD. So base AD, what is the height here? EL. Followed it. So this will be my equation number 1. Followed it. So now moving further, so with this base AD, please understand, and base DB, right? Base DB. So now equation 1 divided by equation 2, so let me do that here only. So now area of triangle, which is this ADE, area of triangle ADE by area of triangle EDB, right? Area of triangle EDB will be equal to, so this will be equal to half. So what is AD here? AD into EL. So let me write AD into EL divided by half into area of EDB. This is my equation number 2 here. DB. So this is a DB multiplied with EL, right? So let me write EL. So here you can cancel this EL and EL, you can cancel, half and half I can cancel. So what did I get? This is equal to AD by DB, right? So I shall get AD by D and B here. So this shall be my equation number 3. Followed it? So moving to this part now. So let me join this now. So again, this is a construction. So here we have drawn this perpendicular. We have called this M, right? So now please understand, looking from this side now. Looking from this side, A, D and E, right? So this is my straight line, right? Parallel. So this was, so we have not written that. Parallel here, D, E. So this is my D and E, DE and EA. So let me write, this is A here. Let me join this part. And DM. So let me write this D and M. DEM. So this is perpendicular now. So here, looking from this side, so what is the area of triangle ADE, right? Area of triangle ADE. So observing from this side, your base is equal to what? AD. AE is base. AE is a base. Observing from this side, corresponding height. So corresponding height from the top apex to the base perpendicular DM. So height is a DM here. So with this part, your area of triangle AD shall be equal to what? Half into base is AE multiplied with height DM. So this is my equation number 4. Followed it? Now similarly again. So let me join this. So let me join this, and this is my construction part, right? So please observe here, with this EC as a base now. With EC as a base, I think we can, so this is my E to C. E to C. See, first consider, this is one base, AE base and EC base. EC as the base. Followed it with EC base. So you have B right here. So let me write with EC as a base and D as the one more vertex. So here I have D here. So this is my D here. This is my D, and I shall join this. Again, this is obtuse angle. This is obtuse angle. So looking from EC is equal to base. So which is the corresponding height now? Which is the highest vertex here? D is the highest apex point, right? So this is my apex here. So now if I drop a perpendicular, I should extend this. I should extend this like this, and drop a perpendicular, and this is your M here. Follow it, children. So this is my height here. So obtuse angle EC is the base and DM is equal to height. So what is this area of triangle now? So area of triangle DEC. So let me try area of triangle DEC, which is equal to half into base is EC here, base is EC multiplied with DM, which is equal to height. Followed it? So let me put this as equation number 5. So now if I divide this equation 4 by equation 5, so what do I get here? Equation 4 is area of triangle ADE, right? So let me write area of triangle ADE by area of triangle, which is it? This is a DEC, triangle DEC, which is equal to half multiplied with ADE, AE. So this is AE multiplied with DM divided by. Following, children. So this shall be half multiplied with what is the area of triangle DEC from equation 5, EC and DM, right? So let me write this is EC multiplied with DM. So now can I cancel this half and half? I can cancel. I can cancel this DM. I can cancel DM and DM. So I shall get what? This is equal to AE divided by EC. What is this? Area of triangle ADE by area of triangle DEC. Followed it? We cancel these two here. So let me consider this as equation number 6. So observing the next point here. So please observe, you are looking from this side now. If you are looking from this side, can you find this trapezium here? You can find one trapezium. It is like this. So this is my D and E, right? So this is a D and E. This is my D and E. You can find B and C, right? So this B and C is like this. B and C. So let me write, this is B and C. And these two are parallel, right? These two are parallel. And we have construction here. E to B we have joined here. So please understand, if you are looking from this side, you have a triangle like EDB, right? Triangle EDB. Triangle EDB. If I join this, can you find this a DE common base? DE is equal to common base, right? Common base. On this common base, you can find a DEB triangle and a DEC triangle, right? So EDB and EDC. EDC. So triangle EDB, triangle EDC, these both are equal in area. So what is the reason for that? So they both stand on the same base, right? They both stand on same base, on the same base. So which is the base here? On the same base DE, and between same parallels, and between the same parallels. So which is the parallels there? DE is parallel to BC, right? So we have discussed this in the previous video there. So let me call this as equation number 7. Followed it. Then see, we have equation number 3 here and equation 6. So please observe here, equation 3 divided by equation 6. So that shall give me here area of triangle ADE, which is divided by area of triangle EDB, right? Area of triangle EDB, which is equal to, or even before I equate this part, this is my equation number AD by DB. So this was my equation number 3 here. So what is my equation number 6? Area of triangle ADE, area of triangle ADE by area of triangle DEC, right? Area of triangle DEC, which is equal to AE by EC. So hope I have not made any mistake here. So this is my equation number 6. See, when you observe these two, equation 3 and equation 6 and equation 7 here. So now let us replace this equation 7. So let me write replacing or substituting, the better word I think. So substituting equation 7 in equation 3. So please understand here. See, wherever we find a triangle EDB, so you can find this triangle EDB here, right? This area of triangle EDB is replaced by EDC now. Follow it, children. So if this triangle, if this here, it is replaced by EDC, can I write area of triangle ADE by, what is it? EDC, right? So this is area of triangle EDC. So why am I replacing? Because these both are equal in area now. This is equal to AD by DB, right? So now if I call this as equation number 8. So now if I compare, if comparing equation 8 and 6 now, comparing equation 6 with equation 8, they both are same, right? They both, or I can write, they're both LHS are same. Followed it. Area of triangle ADE, and here area of triangle EDC or area of triangle DEC. Area of triangle EDC or area of triangle DEC both mean the same triangle. So now when we compare the LHS of these two equation 6 and 8, we can find that LHS are equal, right? Therefore equating their RHS. So equating their RHS, the right hand side. So this statement is a very, very important statement here. I can equate this part. So I can equate this AD by DB, which is equal to what? The RHS of this equation 6 here, AE by EC, right? So let me write AE by EC. Followed it. So now check this with the given diagram there. If I check this with the given diagram, or if I check this with the given part, and this is to be proved. Followed it. So now again, if I just happen to write the diagram, so if I write a diagram here, this was the diagram we had. This is A and this is B and this is C, right? And we have a line parallel. So this is a D and this is E, right? This line is parallel. So please again, coming to this statement of this theorem, if a line is drawn parallel to a side of a triangle, then this line intersecting at distinct points D and E divide the other two sides in the same ratio. So what is the meaning of that? AD by BD or AD by DB, both mean the same. AD by DB, we have got it right. The other side dividing the same ratio, AE by EC. Have you got AE by EC here? So this is the proof of your basic proportionality theorem. Followed it, children. So once again, I'll just summarize here. So summarizing again, say please understand here. See, consider this as a base. With this base, this height, triangle 1. Followed it. Then you consider this base and this triangle. With this triangle, BD as a base, EL is the height, that is your equation 2. Followed it. Then come back for this side now. AE as a base for this triangle AED. DM is the height and AE is the base. Followed it. That is your equation 4 here. Then with this base and DE as the triangle. So EDC triangle with EC as a base, you can find DM as the corresponding perpendicular height. That is your equation number 5. Followed it, children. When you divide this by this part, you will get equation number 6 here. When you divide this equation 1 with this triangle, with this base, this triangle divided by this triangle, you will get this equation 3. Followed it. Then come back for this trapezium now. Followed it. Looking from this side, you have this common base DE parallel to this BC. On this base DE, you can find this triangle here, EDC triangle and EDB triangle. Followed it. So since they both stand on the same base and between the same parallel, their areas are equal. That is your equation number 7. So wherever you get this equation 7, see here EDB, you are having this in equation 3, right? EDB. So replace this EDB in equation 3 by EDC here. So then equation 3 and equation 6 become the same. Equation 3 and equation 6 become the same. Followed it. Then you will get the required part. Then when we equate the RHS part, we get the proof of this basic proportionality theorem, and this is the end of this proof. So similar triangles for 10th standard. So let us recall the statement of BPT. So recalling BPT. So when we have a triangle is there. When a line is drawn parallel to any side of a triangle that intersects the other two sides. So let me write, this is ABC triangle. So a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle intersecting the other two sides. So let me write, this is a D, intersecting the other two sides at distinct points. Then the other two sides are dividing in the same ratio. So now what was the proof? The proof of the BPT. So let us understand it from this point. So please understand, from this point, let me consider the upper part first, dA. So dA by dB. So dB, which is equal to EA, the upper part here, the upper part here. So this is EA by the lower part EC. So this is the best way of understanding and writing it in the same order. So start from this vertex here, DA, DB, EA and EC. So this is applicable, a very important note, only when DE is parallel to BC. So this is what we have proved in the previous class. So whenever we speak about BPT or the Thales theorem, so this is a very, very important proof that we need to remember. Now moving to the corollary of BPT. See, what is the meaning of corollary? So even before going to the corollary of BPT, suppose we have already proved. Please understand what is the meaning of corollary here. Suppose we have already proved A plus B, which is equal to C. Which I have already proved A plus B is equal to C. Then if I can write C minus B, if I transpose this, if I can write C minus B, which is equal to A, or if I can write C minus CA, which is equal to B, so this is called corollary. Follow each other. So what is the corollary of BPT now? See, if we can closely observe the proof of the BPT here, DA and DB here, right? DA and DB. Suppose we add DA and DB. Suppose we are adding DA and DB. Don't we get the complete length AB, right? So what we shall do for this? So the corollary BPT, the proof of BPT now, DA by DB, which is equal to EA by EC, right? So let me write EA by EC. So now here add 1 on both sides. Followed it? So why am I adding only 1 here? Only because if I add 1 here, so further you will get to know here DA by DB, which is equal to what? EA by EC plus 1, and here also plus 1. Adding 1 on both sides, or understood as what? Divided by 1. Understood? Denominator is 1 here. Now apply this method, DA into 1. So this is DA plus dB into 1, I shall get dB here, whole divided by dB into 1, I shall get dB here, which is equal to what? EA into 1. This is EA plus EC into 1 is EC divided by EC into 1, I shall get EC here. Followed it? So now refer to this diagram here. What is dA plus dB here? dA plus dB. Shall I not get the complete length AB here? So this is replaced. So this is AB now. AB by dB, which is equal to what? EA plus EC. Again refer the figure here. EA plus EC. I can get the complete length AC here divided by, write this EC. So this is called corollary of BP. Corollary of BP. Followed it? And very important note, this D and E in this figure are not midpoints. They are not midpoints. Very important note. So recalling the proof of BPT now again. So dA by dB, right? So dA by dB, which is equal to what? EA by EC. So let me write, this is EA by EC. Yes, EA by EC. And whenever we write that, very important to note, to write DE is parallel to BC. So this is my BPT, right? This is the proof of BPT now. So now let me taking reciprocals on both sides. Taking reciprocals on both sides. So what is the meaning of reciprocal? Just take the inverse of that. So here dB by dA. So let me write dB by dA, which is equal to EC by EA. So let me write EC by EA. Followed it? So now again similarly here we have added 1 on both sides. So let me add that. So add 1 on both sides. So here let me write this as it is first, dB by dA, which is equal to EC by EA, adding 1 plus 1. So here plus 1, denominator understood 1 here. Following it, so then apply the same method here, dB into 1. So let me write dB into 1 plus dA into 1. So let me write plus, this is dA whole divided by dA into 1. So this is dA, which is equal to EC into 1. So let me write EC plus EA into 1. I shall get EA here. EA into 1. This is EA. So now again refer the figure. So if I refer the figure, what is my dB plus dA? Again refer here. dB plus dA. Is it not the total length AB here? So replace that by AB divided by, write this D and A here, which is equal to EC plus EA. Again refer the figure here. EC plus EA. So that is a total length AC here. So this is AC divided by EA. So this is also corollary of the BPT. This is the corollary of BPT. Followed children, and very important to be told here. See, whenever we have this D, and whenever we write P, and whenever we write B, so see that you distinctly write. So some students write a D like this. So this D appears like even P also. So don't make that mistake here. Please write the alphabets very clearly. Followed it, children. So we had a triangle like this. So this is A here, this is B, and this is C. So as we said, D and E are not the midpoint. So let me write here. This is a D, distinct points D and E, and this line is parallel to this. So this is our proof of BPT, right? So this, let me write. This is proof of BPT. And this proof is valid only when D is parallel to BC. We will have to write that condition always, D parallel to BC. So please understand. See, you cannot remember everything. So students say that they get confused remembering that. So please don't mug up or just trying to rewrite it. So better what we will do here. Please understand here. Let me write this is 1. We can find one triangle here, right? So let me write triangle ADE. Triangle ADE similar. This is a symbol for similar. Similar to triangle. Can we find the one bigger triangle here? So bigger triangle ABC, right? This is a triangle ABC, the bigger triangle. The first triangle is which one? Triangle AD and E. So here this is similar to triangle to which is it? Triangle ABC. So this is our similar triangles, right? So now let me write this is 1, this is 2 and 3. This is 1, this is 2 and 3. So let me write the first two here. The corresponding sides are proportional, right? AD by AB. So AD by AB, which is equal to DE, the second third. So let me write DE by BC, which is equal to what? The first and the third. AE divided by AC here. AC. So this is nothing but your corollary bit. This is your corollary bit. Followed it? So now if we, so just we can remember this part. So in most of the questions to solve, we may use this part as a corollary BPT and the proof of BPT this part. So moving to the next topic, the converse. The converse of BPT. Converse of the BPT. So even before we go for the converse of basic proportionality theorem, so we need to understand what is the meaning of converse, right? Meaning of, what is the meaning of this? So again, if we have already proved, A plus B which is equal to C, then if I write, then C is the addition of, A and B. So this is called converse. This is called the converse of A plus B, which is equal to C. Followed it? Then now moving to the converse of BPT here. So again, if a line, so let me write, if a line divides a triangle in the same ratio, in the same ratio. If a line divides a triangle. So now let me write a triangle here. So let me write a triangle. So this is A, this is B, and this is C. Followed it? If a line divides a triangle in the same ratio. So now let me write line like this. So dividing in the same ratio. So what's the meaning of that? So let me call this point to be D here and this point, distinct point E here. Followed it? In the same ratio. So this, if this is X, from here to here it is X, and from here to here it is Y. Followed it? Where again, so let me write here, X and Y are not actual measurements. So since they are a ratio, Followed it? Then if a line divides a triangle in the same ratio, so here it is X by Y, right? So this side it is X by Y. So here this side, let me call this is M and this is N. So let me write here. X is not equal to M here. X is not equal to M and Y is not equal to N. Y is not equal to N. But X by Y is equal to M by N. So this is the statement here. If a line divides a triangle in the same ratio, then that line, so which is that line now? So then that line, so in this figure it is a DE, then that line is parallel. Then that line is parallel to the third side. So if a line divides a triangle, if a line divides two sides of a triangle, better, if a line divides two sides of a triangle. So which are the two sides here? AB is one side and AC is one side. So this line has divided AB and AC in the ratio what? X and X by Y, M is to N ratio, in the same ratio. Then that line, which is that line now? DE, right? So then that line is parallel to the third side. So let me write DE now. DE is parallel to BC only if this ratio is the same. Follow children. So this is called converse of BPT. So this is called converse of BPT. So generally they don't ask the proof of converse, but statement they may ask in the test or examination. So similar triangles for 10th standard. So page number 30, part 1, exercise 2.1, first main, second main, third one. You can take this homework. So moving to the next exercise, exercise 2.2. So page number 36. So in the given figure here, D is parallel to BC is a given part. D is parallel. So D is parallel to BC. So let us write this. D is parallel to BC. So when D is parallel to BC, we can make use of BPT, right? We can make use of the proof of BPT. So what is the proof of BPT? Start from this point, the upper DA. So let me write the solution for this solution. DA by the upper part by the lower part DB. DB, which is equal to EA by EC, corresponding vertex. So this corresponding vertex for AB, we started with the D, right? DA, DB. So the corresponding is E now, EA by EC. So this is my BPT, proof of BPT. So what is given here? A to D is 1.5. So let me write 1.5. Let us not forget to write even the unit here, 1.5 centimeters by DB. DB is 3, right? So let me write 3 centimeters, which is equal to, what is EA? EA is equal to 1. So let me write 1 centimeters by, find EC. So we need to find what is EC. So let me write EC as it is. Followed it, I can cancel these units here. So now if I cross multiply, so that would be always better, cross multiply. So I shall get 1.5 into EC, or let me write EC into 1.5, which is equal to 3 into 1 centimeter. 3 into 1 centimeter. So this is 3 centimeters, 1.5. So EC into 1.5. So further, how to simplify this? So we have this as the variable, right? So divide, so here let me write divide by 1.5, divide by 1.5 on both sides to eliminate this 1.5, and I have to get what is the value of EC, right? So this is 1.5 divided by 1.5. Followed it. See, I require to find what is the value of EC, right? So apart from EC, I don't want this 1.5 now. So divide by the same number, so that if I divide that, I can cancel this. I get only EC, right? So EC equals 1.5 and 3 here. So if we are good in decimals, so 1.5 multiplied with 2. or 15 2 is 30, right? So we have 3 here, 2 5 is 10, 2 1s are 2, 2 plus 1 is 3 here. We have decimal point after 1 digit, right? After 1 digit from this side. After 1 digit 3, so this is 3.0 or just 3, right? So let me write 1.52. So what is the value of EC now? EC equals, so let me write EC is equal to 2 centimeters. Centimeters unit we have here. So EC equals 2 centimeters is the solution for this question. So moving to the B part of this question. So here again we have given D is parallel to BC, right? So DE, so they have given this arrow mark here. This is parallel to BC. So let me mark this. Find AD. So D is parallel to BC. We can make use of BPT, right? So making use of DE is parallel to BC. So I can write DA. So we should have the diagram always with us. DA, the upper part and the lower part. DA by DB, which is equal to the corresponding vertex is E, right? So EA by EC. So what we need to find? We need to find what is a DA or AD here. DB or better, I can decimals are there. Better I can cross multiply here. So if I cross multiply here, cross multiplying. So here this is proof of your BPT. Cross multiplying, I shall get DA multiplied with EC, which is equal to DB. DB multiplied with EA. Followed it? Then EC is given. EC is 5.4. So this is 5.4 centimeters. DA, we need to find what is the DA. DB is 7.2. So this is 7.2 centimeters multiplied with EA. EA is 1.8. So this is 1.8 centimeters. So now again dividing by, so which is I will have to divide by 5.4 to get only DA. So dividing by 5.4 centimeters on both sides, right? So now let me divide this by 5.4 centimeters. Here also this is 5.4 centimeters. Followed it? I can cancel 5.4 units, I can cancel. So DA is equal. See, if we observe here 1.8 and 5.4. So 18 table. So 18 table. 18 3s is 3 8s are 24. 3 1s are 3. 3 plus 2 it is 5 here. If it is 1.8 after one decimal, after one digit, 5.4. 1.8 3s are. Follow children. So centimeter cancel. 1.8 1s are 1.8 3s are. Followed it. 7 plus 2. So divisibility rules of 3. 7.2. 7 plus 2. I shall get 9 here. So this is 9 is divisible by 3. You have 3 here. So I can 3 1s are. 3 2s is 6. 1 carry. So this is 12 now. 3 4s is 12. Therefore I can write DA is equal to 2.4 centimeters. I have cancelled centimeter here. We have that unit here. 2.4 centimeters. So this is the value of DA. So now moving to the next question for 10th standard mathematics similar triangles chapter. So address is given page number 36, exercise 2.2, the fourth question now. So please understand, when we look at the diagram there, just try to find which line is parallel to the other line. So you can find here a D, this D point here. Please understand children. Say you have a double arrow mark right here. So we have a double arrow mark here. So now can I find a DE which is parallel to AC, right? So DE, so if I just EB by EC, right, the upper part, EB by EC shall be equal to DB by DA, right? So that is what is written here. This is my equation 1. And whenever we write, don't forget to write the condition for that. So here DE is parallel to AC. That is the proof of BPT. So let me call this as equation number 1. Followed it once again, I shall repeat it. See this line D to E, and you can find this a double arrowed here. So DB by DA shall be equal to EB by EC, followed. That is my equation 1. So you have one more set of one arrow mark here, right? So here it is ending point is E here. So can I write FB by FE, which is equal to DB by DA, right? Or once again repeating that, DB by DA. So now which is the parallel line? DF parallel to AE here. Follow it, children. So now if you look at the diagram and what we have written for equation number 2. Followed it, DB by DA, FB by FE, right? So that shall be my equation number 2 here. So now if we carefully observe, you can find this LHS of these two equations same, right? DB by DA and DB by DA. So when shall we equate this 1 and 2, RHS of equation 1 and 2, I think we can get our proof to be proved, BF by FE. So is it not the BF by FE, right, here, and BE by EC, is it not BE by EC here? So follow, children. So this is the way to understand any given question. Whenever we have a set of parallel line, let us not forget to write the condition and write the proof of our BPT. Followed it. So now we can conclude this part. So equation 1 and 2 is clearly visible, children. So now if you clearly observe, you can find that the LHS part of these two equations, right, the same part, the LHS of these two are the same, DB by DA and DB by DA. So now let us try to equate the RHS part, EB by EC. EB by EC is equal to FB by FE, right? When we equate that part, so that is what is to be proved here. BF by FE, we have BF by FE here. B by EC, we have B by EC here. Follow, children. So equate, since the LHS of equation 1 and 2 are the same, equating their RHS, we get the proof part of this question, the fourth question under exercise 2.2, page number 36. Followed it. So moving to the next question, page number 37, exercise 2.2, similar triangles for 10th standard. So in the given data, and we have the diagram there, DE is parallel to OQ, right? DE is parallel to OQ. So let me be along with you now. DE, so here in this diagram, we have this DE and DE parallel to OQ. So once we find any line parallel to the other side of the triangle, can we not write BPT now? DE parallel to OQ. So is it not EP by EQ, children? EP by EQ. So let me write EP by EQ, right? EP by EQ is equal to. So EP by EQ equals DP by DO, right? So let me write this is DP by DO. So what is the condition? Condition, let me see that DE parallel to OQ. So let me write DE parallel to OQ is the given condition, and this is my proof of BPT. Followed it, proof of BPT. For everything what we write, we need to write the correct reason for that. So one set of given data, we did that DF parallel to OR. So DF parallel to OR, looking at the diagram there. So again coming to the diagram here, DF, so let me write this DF parallel to OR. So now again if we can write BPT for that, DP by DO, right? So DP by DO, so let me write here DP by DO shall be equal to what? Again looking at the figure there, DP by DO shall be equal to FP by FR, right? So let me write FP by FR. So what is the given condition there? Which line is parallel to which one? DF and OR. So please write DF. So DF parallel to OR. This is the given condition, and this shall be my equation 2, and this is actually the proof of BPT applied for this given diagram. Followed it. So let me call this as equation number 1. This is my equation number 1. So now can we compare this, children? So if we can compare, we have dp by do, right? In both the equation 1 and 2, we have this dp here. So let me rewrite this part, this alphabet. We need to write d and p very distinctly. Let not this p appear like a d, or let not this d appear like p here. Followed it. So writing alphabets very carefully we need to write when you have both a d, p and b sometimes. So now if we can observe, in both the cases, equation 1 and 2, we have dp by do, right? I have written this here RHS, here it is LHS. That's all. So now if we can equate EP by EQ and FP by FR there. So now we can equate this EP by EQ, right? EP by EQ, which is equal to FP by FR. Check that, children. EP by EQ equals FP by FR. So do we require the same thing there? So to be proved, EF is parallel to QR. Okay. So with this condition, let us check from the diagram. So now checking this condition to check with what? To check with the given figure. So to check with the given figure. So which is my EP by EQ now? So please understand, this is my EP by EQ shall be equal to what? EP by EQ is equal to FP there. FP by FR. So can I not say that EF is parallel to QR now? I can say that EF is parallel to QR, and this is my converse of BPT. Converse of BPT. Follow, children. So what is the statement of converse? If a line divides, if two lines of a triangle, if a line divides two sides of a triangle, right? So now if I consider that EF, the E and F being the distinct points that divides PQ and PR in the ratio what? In the ratio EP by EQ, right? Just observe the diagram. In the ratio EP by EQ and FP by FR. So can I not conclude that from the converse of BPT, EF is parallel to QR, children? So that is the proof of this question. So to prove any question under similar triangles, always we should have the diagram beside us. So once again, let me repeat. See, children, we have a DE parallel to OQ, right? So can we not write D parallel to OQ? So can we not write a DP by DO, which is equal to EP by EQ? Follow, children. So that is my equation 1 here. So now again, see, you have OR parallel to DF, right? So can I not write a DP by DO, which is equal to FP by FR, right? The upper part, lower part. The upper part and the lower part. So that is my equation number 2. So in both these equations, you can find this dP by do and dP by do, right? So correspondingly equate the other part, EP by EQ equals FP by FR. That is what we have done here. Now what we need to prove here? We need to prove EF is parallel to QR, right? But we have not got that part. We have got this equivalent ratios or proportional sides. So now check this with the given figure. What is EP by EQ here? You should have always the diagram beside you. So EP, where is it? EP by EQ, right? So here this is EP by EQ. Is it not FP by FR here? So FP by FR. So what can we conclude that? Once again, EP by EQ is equal to FP by FR. So can we not say that EF is parallel to QR by the converse of BPT? So that is the conclusion part I have written here. EF line segment. So whatever I have written here, just compare this with the given diagram there. So if I can show you both the diagram and the written there, if you can manage this video to look like that. So EF line segment intersects E and F on PQ and PR respectively, dividing in the ratio what we have proved here. EP by EQ equals FP by FR. We can conclude that the converse from the converse of BPT, EF is parallel to QR, and that is the proof of this question. Followed it, children. So please observe, write the diagram first. Try to do it, try to learn it for yourself. Watch this video as many number of times and see that you understand the concept of this BPT, the application part of this, and then any question under this we can very easily solve it independently. So moving to the next question for the 10th standard mathematics similar triangles chapter. So the address is given here, exercise 2.2, page number 37, part 1 in your NCERT textbook. So we need to prove that. So there is a procedure for whenever we need to prove that. So first we need to write the given part. Prove that a line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle. So I should have a triangle. So let me write, if I have a triangle like this, so soon after I write a triangle, let me name that A, this is B and this is C here. Prove that a line drawn through the midpoint of one side, so through the midpoint of one side of a triangle. So if I consider this as one side, so this is one side, this is my other side, this is my other side, and let me call this as a third side. So we need to prove that a line drawn through the midpoint of one side. So if I take this as one side, so let me locate this point as a D here. So this is my midpoint given in the question here. So what should I write here given? So given, let me write triangle ABC such that D is the midpoint, DA and DB. So DA is equal to DB. So when this DA becomes equal to DB, only when D is the midpoint of this side of a triangle. A line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to the another side. So parallel. So if I draw a line, this should be parallel to BC, right? So let me write this as parallel. So this is parallel to another side. Another side. So let me write this as my another side. So this is my another side. Okay. Midpoint of one side of a parallel to another side. So let me write here. So let this vertex be E here. So this is a DE parallel to BC. DE parallel to BC bisects the third side. So this is my third side now. So this shall be the third side. So please understand, even before we go for the proof of this question, once again let us try to understand what is a given part. So when we understand what is given and what is to be proved, then the solution for this question starts. Prove that a line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle. So I have taken this as one side of a triangle. I have marked a distinct point. This line is intersecting AB at distinct point D here. Midpoint parallel to another. So I have drawn this line parallel to this another side. Bisects. So what is the meaning of bisecting? Bisecting in the sense dividing into two equal parts. Dividing into two equal parts. So that is the meaning of equal parts. This is the meaning of bisects the third side. So I will have to write to prove that. So let me write here to prove that bisects. So what is the meaning of this? This is equal to this part, right? So let me write to prove that EA should be equal to EC. So if we have understood this statement properly, then this is to be proved. So now we shall start with the proof part of this question. See, we have already understood the basic proportionality theorem. When a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, then the distinct points that intersect AB and AC divide those sides proportionally, right? So can I write dA by dB, which is equal to what? EA by EC, right? Which is equal to EA by EC. So this is, so in triangle ABC, I should write the condition. So here this is a DE parallel to BC, and this is your proof of your BPT. Proof of BPT. Followed it? Then see, don't we have the given condition here? DA is equal to DB, right? So this is a given condition in the statement of the question. So let me make use of that. So let me write given DA is equal to DB, right? So if I substitute this, so let me call this as equation 1. This is equation 2 here. So if I write 2 in 1, so what is the meaning of this? 2 in 1. Wherever I find a DA, I find DA here, I'll replace it by DB here. So DB, D and DB by DB here. So this is a DB by DB, which is equal to EA by EC. So DB and DB, if I cancel this, don't I get 1 here? So 1 is equal to EA by EC. Followed? So now if I cross multiply here, so if I, so let me write here, if I cross multiply, I shall get EA which is equal to EC. So is it not the proof part to prove that EA equals EC? So hence we have proved it. So we have the next question here. See, we need to again prove that. So there are certain procedures. Again, I should write given here. Prove that the line joining the midpoints, okay, the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle. So again, I should have a triangle. So if this is my triangle, so let me write this is A, this is B, and this is C here. So prove that the line joining the midpoints of any two sides. So let me consider this point to be the midpoint D for AB, and let me consider one midpoint as E here for line AC, and I should the line joining. So let me join this part. Prove that the line joining. So in the given part, so this is triangle ABC. D is the midpoint. DA is equal to DB. So here DA equals DB. EA. So this is EA, which is equal to EC. So these are the given part. The line joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle is parallel. So prove that. I need to prove that whenever this D and E are the midpoints of AB and AC respectively, then a DE, so to prove that, so let me write here, to prove that DE is parallel to BC. To prove that D is parallel to BC. So for the proof part here, so if we can recalling the converse of BPT. So let me write here, recalling the converse of. So recalling the converse of BPT, basic proportionality theorem. So if a line divides, so let me write that, if a line divides two sides of a triangle, in the same ratio, or proportionally, right? In the same ratio or proportionally, then that line is parallel. That line is parallel to the, divides two sides, parallel to the third side. See, if we can observe, D and E are the midpoints, right? So I can write this is equal to this here. DA is equal to DB, we have mentioned that. And EA, this is equal to this part. Followed it? So now if I can write that DA by DB, which is equal to what? EA by EC. So here I can write corresponding sides are proportional. Corresponding sides. The corresponding sides are proportional. And again, if a DA is equal to DB, so let me call this as equation number 1. If I call this as equation 1 and this as equation number 2. So equation 1 in equation 2. So what does it imply here? Whenever I replace this DA by DB here, so DB and DB gets cancelled, I shall get 1 here. This is equal to. If I can replace EA by EC as given in the equation 1 there, so here also I can cancel that and here just becomes 1 here. So according to the converse of BPT, we can say that DE is parallel to BC. This DE is parallel to BC. So now if I have to redraw the same diagram after the proof, then I shall write here, this is a D and this is E, this is a B, C and this is A here, this is equal to this is equal to this, then this is parallel to the third side of the given triangle. So moving to the next question for 10th standard mathematics, similar triangles chapter, exercise 2.2, page number 37. So ABCD is a trapezium. So let me draw a trapezium here. This is one parallel line to this. So now a set of parallel lines and a set of non-parallel lines will give me a quadrilateral and it is called a trapezium. So let me write, this is A here, this is B, this is C and this is D here. So ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to DC. So I can start writing the given part. So I can write AB is parallel to DC. AB is parallel to DC and AD and BC parallel, not parallel. So this condition will identify that this is a quadrilateral and that is called only a trapezium. Followed it? Then ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to DC and its diagonals. So diagonals, the line joining the non-consecutive vertices. So here these two are called consecutive vertices. The line joining the non-consecutive vertex is called diagonal. So let me call this intersecting point as O here. Followed it? Diagonals intersect each other at the point O. So show that. We need to make one construction here. So let us construction. So construction always in the dotted line. So let me construct a line which is parallel, a line, say this line, dotted line. So now I shall join this only for our better understanding. So this line is a construction, and this line is parallel to this line, and this line is parallel to. So let me write. So let me give this L here. Followed it. So construct, draw OL parallel to OL parallel to BA, or OL is parallel to CD. Followed it. Then moving to the proof of the question here. Moving to the proof now. So show that. So we should have this given construction, or we need to prove that. To prove that AO by BO should be equal to CO by DO. Proof part. Since we have, I think we can take this triangle AD and B triangle. So in triangle ADB, see, observe the triangle here. In triangle AD and B, we have this line parallel to this line, right? So I can write LO is parallel to AB. LO is parallel to AB. So I can write BPT for this. So LD by LA. So LD by LA, which should be equal to LD by LA should be equal to the upper part and the lower part. OD by OB. So let me write OD by OB. This is your condition for that, and this is your proof of BPT. Followed it. So this is your proof of BPT. Similarly, I can write similarly. So can we find this line parallel to this side? So let me consider the same triangle ACD now. ACD. So we had considered ADB. So now let us consider similarly in triangle ACD. In triangle ACD. So what is the again condition? LO. So let me write LO is parallel to DC now. LO is parallel to DC. So if I can write the upper part here, LD by LA. So LD by LA should be equal to, in triangle ACD, right? In triangle ACD, LD. So the upper part OC by OA. So this is your OC by OE. And what is this again? This is my proof of BP. Followed it. So let me call this as equation 1. This is equation 2. So when we compare equations 1 with equation 2, can we find this LD and LE both are same, right? So these both are same here. So now comparing equations 1 and 2, since their LHS are same, equating the RHS part. So what shall we get here when we equate to that? OD by OB. So let me write OD by OB shall be equal to OC by OA. OC by OA. OC by. So now let us compare this. So we have OD by OB, right? OD. I think we can interchange these two. So please observe, children, when I can interchange these two, OC comes here and OB or BO goes here. BO by DO, do we have that? BO by DO. And here, when CO comes here, AO by CO, do we have that? AO by CO. Yes, we have that. So now we can say that. So let us cross multiply this given part. So to prove that here, to prove that if I cross multiply this, so cross multiply, I shall get AO multiplied with AO multiplied with what? DO should be equal to BO should be should be equal to BO multiplied with CO, right? So I need to prove this. To prove that. Now if I cross multiply this OD into OA, see here I get that OD multiplied with OA, which is equal to OB multiplied with OC. Do I get that? OB multiplied with OC. So if I compare these two, we have proved it. Followed it? So moving to the next question now. The diagonals of a quadrilateral. So let me draw a quadrilateral. The diagonals of a quadrilateral ABCD. So let me write, this is a quadrilateral. So when it is said a quadrilateral, we shall not see that this quadrilateral shouldn't appear. Quadrilateral. So this quadrilateral shouldn't appear as a square or a rectangle or a kite or a rhombus or trapezium also. So this is just a quadrilateral. So let me write, this is A and this is B, this is C and this is D. So the diagonals of a quadrilateral. So let me join this A and C here. This is B and joined. The diagonals of a quadrilateral ABCD intersect each other at point O, such that. So now let me write given. So for the solution part here, given ABCD is a quadrilateral. Given ABCD quadrilateral. So what is the meaning of a quadrilateral? It is a bound 4 line segments. ABCD quadrilateral intersect each other at point O such that. So in the sense, so this is also the given condition. So let me write AO by BO is equal to CO by DO. So this is also under the given part. So they have given these two now. We need to show that ABCD is a trapezium. So we need to show that ABCD is a trapezium. So please understand. See, whenever we have a question such that it is a quadrilateral here, given part, and we need to prove that this quadrilateral is a trapezium, I shall redraw the diagram now. So now let me draw a trapezium. So now let me draw a trapezium like this. So this is my A, this is B, this is C and this is a D, and intersecting the, so joining the diagonals and this is the intersecting point O. Show that ABCD is a trapezium. So let me do one construction here. Construction. Draw O. So let me write one. So join this and let me call this vertex as E. Construction always in the dotted line. Draw OE parallel. OE parallel to BA. Followed it? Or this OE is parallel to CD also. Followed it? Then. So, proving now the proof part. And this is a very, very important condition. This construction is a very important part for this proving. we have joined, we have drawn OE. This OE parallel to DC we have joined. Followed it. So now if I apply BPT for this, so let me write in triangle ACD, OE is parallel to CD. So let me write this is by construction. So this is by construction. So can I write OED by EA? So let me write ED by EA, which is equal to what? The upper and the lower. Here it is OC by OA. So let me write OC by OA. So this is my proof of BPT. Proof of BPT. See, we have the sides being proportional here, and here also we have the sides being proportional given here. So let me compare this. So let me write this is equation number 1 and this is my equation number 2. So when we compare OC by OA, right? Yes, we can do that. See, again, whenever we have this part, so please understand, whenever we have this kind of proportionality, better we cross multiply here. Better we cross multiply. So what do we get here? AO multiplied with OD. So AO multiplied with OD is equal to BO multiplied with CO. BO multiplied with CO, right? CO. So here, when I cross multiply here, cross multiply, or better if I interchange these two here, better I will do that. So after having cross multiplied here, so please understand here, so this part, so I have AO and OD multiplied, right? So can I write AO by, so here AO multiplied with OD, I'll write OD here. So if I cross multiply here, I can get AO multiplied with OD right here, and we have BO multiplied with CO. So if I can write BO here and CO here. So if I cross multiply here, BO and CO multiplied, I can get BO and CO multiplied, which is equal to AO multiplied with OD. Is it not the same? So this equation 1, so I can call this as equation 1 only, right? This is just equation 1. So now if we compare this equation 1 and 2 now, can you find OC and OA? OC and OC by OA, or if I take the reciprocals of this, if I can take the reciprocal here, OC by OA, which is equal to DO by OB, right? So whether DO or OD, both refer the same here. If I have written OC or CO, both refer the same. So if I can do this, and this is my equation number 3. So please understand here, we have taken a reciprocals, taking reciprocal on both sides. Taking reciprocal on both sides of equation 1. So now if I can compare, I think I have got OC by OA here, right? OC and OA. So comparing equations 1 and 3 now. Followed it? Again I can have this, I can equate ED by EA. We can equate comparing equations 1 and 3 here. So comparing equation 2 and 3, it is not 1 here, comparing equations 2 and 3. So this is my equation 2 here and this is my equation 3. I can find OC by OA and OC by OA here. So equating, we can equate that. So we can find ED we can find ED by EA. We can find ED by EA, which is equal to DO by, this is a DO by OB. Followed it. So comparing equations 2 and 3, so we get this part. Now we need to check this for the given diagram. So if we check that part, so if we have the diagram next to us, so we have this diagram, this quadrilateral was given. So this is my quadrilateral. So this was A, this is B, this is C, and this is a D here. We had joined the non-consecutive vertices, and these are the diagonals. And we have a construction. So this was constructed to be parallel to this line, and this is O here, this is E here, and this was parallel. So this line was constructed to be parallel to this, and this line was constructed to be parallel to this. Follow it? Now, this line was constructed parallel to CD. So by construction, I think. So by construction, OE parallel to CD. Follow it, children? Then, so now if we compare the true part, so we have got ED by EA, right? So ED by EA is equal to OD by OB. So now can I take this triangle ADB? So this implies here in triangle ADB, right? In triangle ADB, we have this condition ED by EA is equal to OD by OB. Therefore, we can say that. Therefore, we can conclude OE parallel to BA, right? OE is parallel to BA. So if we can have this BA parallel, now we have BA parallel to OE, right? BA parallel to OE, and OE is parallel to CD, right? So we can write, now we have OE parallel to BA, and this is parallel to CD. Followed it? And this is the necessary condition. This is a necessary condition for ABCD quadrilateral to be a trapezium. Followed it? So better please understand, whenever we write that construction part, very very important part here, whenever we have this construction part, we are doing this, see, either at least OE should be parallel to DC, not BA. OE should be parallel to DC, or OE is parallel to BA, not for DC. Follow that? So only then proving the other part, the other side parallel to the one more side, then only then that kind of quadrilateral shall become a trapezium. Followed it?